In the heart of New York City, amidst the towering skyscrapers and luxury restaurants, stood a small but well-known diner called Benson's Grill. It wasn't fancy, but it had history, charm, and loyal customers who came for the home-cooked meals and warm atmosphere. Among the hardworking staff was Ethan Carter, a young man in his mid-20s who worked tirelessly as a waiter. Ethan wasn't born into privilege. His father had been a factory worker, and after his passing, Ethan had to step up and provide for his mother. He wasn't just a worker, though. He was a dreamer. One of the regular visitors to Benson's Grill was Sophia Benson, the daughter of the diner's owner, Richard Benson. Unlike Ethan, Sophia had lived a life of luxury. She was smart, elegant, and stunningly beautiful, but she had a sharp arrogance about her, a belief that wealth defined a person's worth. Ethan admired her from afar. It wasn't just her looks that captivated him, but also her confidence, her determination. But he knew the reality. Guys like him didn't get girls like her. Still, he couldn't stop himself from falling for her. One evening, Ethan finally decided to confess his feelings. He knew the risk, but he had to take his shot. Sophia was sitting in the diner's VIP booth, scrolling through her phone while sipping an iced coffee. Gathering his courage, Ethan approached her table. "Sophia, can I talk to you for a second?" She glanced up, mildly intrigued. "Sure, what's up?" Ethan swallowed hard. "I know I'm just a waiter in your dad's diner, and I may not be the kind of guy you'd normally notice, but I want to tell you something I've kept inside for a long time." Sophia raised an eyebrow but didn't interrupt. "I love you, Sophia. I know I'm not rich, I don't drive a fancy car, and I don't live in a penthouse. But I promise you, I will work hard. I will become someone who can stand beside you as an equal. Will you give me a chance?" For a second, there was silence. Then Sophia let out a small, cruel laugh. "You're kidding, right?" she said, shaking her head. "Ethan, be serious. You're a waiter. You bring people their food. What makes you think you could ever be with someone like me?" Ethan felt his heart shatter. "Stay in your lane, Ethan. You're good at what you do, so stick to that. Don't chase things that are out of your reach." That night, Ethan lay awake in his small apartment, staring at the ceiling. He had worked so hard, but in Sophia's eyes, he was still just a waiter. That was the moment he decided he would leave this life behind. He would prove that no one's worth is defined by their paycheck. Ethan packed his things, left Benson's Grill, and moved to Los Angeles, the city of dreams. He had no connections, no money, just an unshakable determination. The journey wasn't easy. He worked as a delivery driver in the mornings, took online business classes in the afternoons, and worked as a cashier at night. He barely slept, barely ate, but he kept pushing forward. Years passed. Ethan's relentless hard work paid off. He landed a job at a major investment firm, quickly rising through the ranks. His intelligence and work ethic impressed his superiors, and soon he was promoted to vice president of operations. But he wasn't satisfied with just working for someone else. He took risks, invested wisely, and eventually launched his own chain of high-end restaurants. From a waiter, he had transformed into a millionaire entrepreneur. Then, one day, while reviewing potential business deals, Ethan's assistant mentioned a small diner in New York that was failing and up for sale. Benson's Grill. A slow smile spread across Ethan's face. It was time for him to go back. The day Ethan bought the diner, he walked through its doors, not as a struggling worker, but as the new owner. The same staff who once saw him as a waiter now looked at him in awe. But the real moment came when Sophia walked in. Her confidence was gone. She looked tired, stressed. Her father's business was failing, and she no longer lived the glamorous life she once did. Her eyes widened when she saw him. "Ethan?" she whispered. He smirked. "Sophia, it's been a while." "Wait, you—" She paused, her face turning pale. "You bought this place?" Ethan nodded. "Yes. Funny, isn't it? The guy who wasn't good enough is now the one saving your family's business." For the first time, Sophia looked at him differently, not as a mere worker, but as a man who had proven his worth. She hesitated, then softly said, I was wrong about you, Ethan. I judged you unfairly, and I regret it. You've become someone truly amazing. If you're willing to forgive me, maybe we could start over." Ethan chuckled and shook his head. "You know, years ago I would have done anything to hear those words from you. But now, I don't need them." Sophia blinked, confused. "So, you're saying no?" Ethan smiled. "I gave you a chance when I had nothing. You rejected me because I wasn't rich enough. Now I'm rejecting you, not because you're struggling, but because I've moved on." He turned and walked away, leaving Sophia alone with her regret. Ethan didn't just buy Benson's Grill, he transformed it. He hired passionate staff, rebranded the menu, and made it one of the most successful boutique restaurants in New York. He built charities to support young entrepreneurs, ensuring that no one was judged the way he had been. One evening, as he stood by the window of his penthouse, overlooking the glittering skyline, he smiled. Success isn't about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. And with that, he walked forward, toward the future he had built with his own hands. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Don't forget to click the notification bell icon to stay notified.